Kia ora, good evening Rotorua. Tonight in our news bulletin, police have held a public meeting to talk about youth behaviour in the Tainai shopping centre. The Rotorua Museum is up for a prestigious development award, and karters prepare for the second round of the New Zealand Sprint Nationals being held this weekend in Tokoroa. Those stories and more just ahead tonight on City News. Rotorua Police have met with New Tech Security and community representatives of the eastern suburbs to talk about youth behaviour. Concerns have been raised by the community and business owners at the Tainai shopping centre about being intimidated by youth and groups of youths asking for money. Kevin Rowell, Operations Manager at New Tech Security, says the meeting yesterday was held to highlight the issues to the stakeholders.
We've had members of the public feel unsafe, if you like, coming out here, along with some of the retailers, some of the business people.
What's making them feel unsafe?
Well, there's been groups of kids, and some of them number up to 40. I mean,
40 children
at a time. Yeah, they sort of range in age of anywhere from 6 or 7 that we've observed, probably getting up to their late teens.
Kevin Rowell says strategies will be confirmed with the different parties on how to move forward.
Having the agencies, having the police, having SIF here, having some of the local community groups, along with the retailers, and getting everybody's got an understanding now of what's happening. And I mean, that's half the battle, is having the various agencies actually understand the problems. And then working forward and going forward, we'll be working as a team to put in some programs, put them into place and run them in the Tainai Shopping Centre.
The renovated Rotorua Museum of Art and History has been nominated in the Coffee, Education and Arts Award category in the New Zealand Property Development Awards. And New Zealand's best commercial property developments will receive greater recognition at the Industry Awards being held in June, with a record number of properties nominated. The high quality of entries over the last few years has meant a new Best in Category award has been introduced to recognise the most outstanding property among those awarded excellence in each category. So good luck to our iconic landmark. And good news for anglers. Trout have begun their spawning runs early in the Rotorua district. Eastern Fish and Game Officer Mark Sherburn says that it's an exciting start to the spawning season, with the fish moving upstream earlier than normal. He says that the fish are in top condition and the small creeks flowing into the lakes are providing great spawning beds. Lake Rotorua is one of the few lakes with enough rivers and streams flowing into it to provide natural spawning, that should be. In sport tonight, there's been no rest for the country's Rotax Max category karters this weekend as they put the annual Easter weekend New Zealand Sprint Nationals behind them and prepare for the second round of the 2012 Right Karts Kart Stars Rotax Max Challenge of New Zealand in Tokoroa this weekend. And adding extra spice to the racing is a $200 cash prize for the fastest qualifier in each class. The weekend's round is the second of 6, with others set to follow in Hamilton, Te Puke, Auckland and Rotorua. Rotorua's Sloan Cox, along with co-driver and sister Taryn Cox, are aiming high this New Zealand Rally Championship season. The pair are in their 4th year of competition and are hoping to build on strong showings during last year's championship. Taryn Cox says a podium finish this season will go a long way in helping them get overseas this year.
We're trying to compete in the Pacific Cup Championship next year, so at the moment we're trying to raise the funds to go over there, but eventually we'd love to go to Europe and compete overseas.
Let's look at Rotorua weather now, brought to you by Trevor Robson Signs and Graphics Limited. Tonight, showers clearing, a southerly change, an overnight low of 8. And for tomorrow, Friday, good news, fine weather, breezy southwesterlies though, with a high of 20 and a low of 10. The outlook for Saturday, continuing fine weather with a southerly breeze, a high of 19 and a low of 8. The marine forecast for Lake Rotorua, southerlies 10 knots, rising to southwesterlies 15 knots in the morning, waves less than half a metre, and good news, fine conditions. Still to come in tonight's program, Alan Solomon checks out the renovations of a derelict motel, Charles Sturt takes us through the local real estate market, and Rob Griffiths from the Conservation Department talks to Kiri Danielle about the new mountain bike tracks in the Whakarewarewa Forest.